Well, May 10th is World Lupus Day. We're going to learn more about that disease. We have patient navigator with Lupus Foundation of America Greater Ohio chapter, Mike Vollmer, with us today. And thanks for coming, Mike.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, so tell us about the disease. What is lupus?
Lupus is an autoimmune disorder, which means that it's the body, instead of attacking bad things like bacteria and virus, it somehow targets healthy tissue.
Okay, so does it affect a lot of people? Tell us more about it.
Anywhere between 1 million to 1.5 million Americans. 60,000 of those are Ohioans.
Wow, okay, that seems like a pretty big number. All right, so so if a person has it, they pretty much don't feel good a lot of the time, or how do they feel when they get lupus?
Primarily, there's a lot of maybe pain, fatigue, swelling, joint pain, a lot of other symptoms. It can be kind of disabling. Okay,
so do we know how people get lupus, or is that what research is trying to find out right now?
That's what researchers are for. It's likely a matter of predisposing genetics.
Okay.
Also, gender plays a big part, and because 90% of people who have lupus are women.
Really?
And 90% of those are in childbearing ages.
Wow.
But there's also some environmental factors involved, like toxins in the environment that we're not really sure what those are.
Speaking of research, we also need a cure, right? Because how do we treat lupus at this point?
Well, there are, it used to be earlier on, up until the 1960s, the main ways of treating it were aspirin, Plaquenil, and steroids. Those are still used, but we have a lot more other medications now. Infusions, immunological treatments, things like that.
Okay, so it has gotten a little bit better, at least on that side.
Right, and there are some clinical trials going on, so we're hopeful.
Yeah, very hopeful. Okay, so you're patient navigator. Why is that important to you? Has lupus hit home for you?
I had an Andrew died of lupus, but about 10 years ago, I was working on a lupus project here in town, and the grant ended, and I invited the people from the Lupus Foundation to a dinner, the last event, and I was sitting with dinner with them, and I told them that, well, the program is ending, and she said, wow, that's unfortunate. Why don't you write me a proposal? So I did, and here we are.
All right, because you do have a support group locally, right? That is one thing that if people are dealing with it, they can join. Tell us more.
Right, that meets the second Monday of each month at 6:30 at the Lima Library.
Okay, and is it just like a typical support group? People get to talk and engage? Do you have speakers? Tell us about what happens at the meetings.
Generally not speakers, just people that are there. We do information, educational things. Sometimes people are just new to it, just been newly diagnosed.
Right.
So that's important also.
Right, yeah, you need that support and care. All right. You also, funding, that's become an issue too. Let's talk about that.
Right, well, in the past few years, lupus has been a part of the Ohio State budget. This year, it was not included. So we are trying to reach out to state senators. Because it's passed the House, it's now in the Senate. So we're asking people to contact their state senators. You can do that by going on the Lupus Greater Ohio Facebook page, I should say. And there's a visual called Calling All Lupus Warriors. You click on that, and it'll take you to how you do that.
All right.
It's very simple.
And real quick, there's a local fundraiser, Dine to donate on May 13th at the Beer Barrel on Harding Highway, right?
Correct, correct.
Just mention you guys and you'll get some of that.
Yes, you mention it to your server, and she will make sure that that we get the funding from that. I believe 15% of the bill goes to the Lupus Foundation.
Very good. So much more to talk about, but Mike, thank you very much for just the tip of the iceberg and telling us about lupus and what's happening locally. So thanks for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.